All right, it's Matt here. It's Extraordinary Files. We're going to play that drinking game again tonight. If you are of legal age and would like to participate in the drinking game, anytime Ashlee hit her head on the microphone or we talk about Hannah being high or anything to do with weed, that's when you take your drink. Take your drink of alcohol, whatever it might be. If you're into beer, do your beer. Or if you like your liquor, that's quicker. That'll get you there. But drink safe. Be responsible. And anytime you hear those, take a drink and think of us. That's the game for this week. It's a new week. Here we go again. Extraordinary Files podcast. My name is Matt. Here with...
I'm Ashlee.
Ashlee and just Ashlee. Hannah.
Hannah, hi.
Just Hannah. Tim. And Ted, the wizard, the man behind the curtain. I wasn't going to... I don't
Where's Mama Sharts?
Mama Sharts
She's
and
gone.
Queen Laquifa. They're here. They just don't want to be known right now. It's kind of like the artist formerly known as Ashlee and Hannah. I don't know. I feel good. Maybe it's a new year. I'm starting something new for a minute.
You're going to be nice.
It's not going to last long.
No, it was a New Year's
No
resolution. Way. I told you my New Year's resolution is to make the podcast. But you keep pulling
the
on
power
that
cord
mic.
is over the top of it, and it keeps pulling it down.
Come on, Hannah. Damn it.
That's not me.
Get it
You
together.
set up those cords.
I don't know. All right, so we got a new episode this week. After our last one, if you guys listened to our New Year's episode, it was
with rapt attention.
Can words even describe what
it was
last week's was?
Amazing.
Only my limbic brain can process that episode, and
It can be described in 2 words.
I think some people are still
Anal queef.
getting over the hangover.
yeah.
probably.
If they played the drinking game,
Definitely.
which we'll play again, but this is Extraordinary Files podcast. Hannah,
What's up?
get to work.
Get to work. Do I have to?
Work.
Let me see you work. Okay. You can email us at extraordinaryfiles@gmail.com. Extraordinary Files podcast for Facebook, if I could speak today, at Extraordinary Files for Instagram, and at XFilesPod for Twitter. Or you can find us on YouTube at Extraordinary Files.
What's wrong
Drop
with your
the E.
eyes?
I'm a little high.
Is that what it is?
Yes. That's probably why I can't speak.
That was a
too.
New Year's resolution. There you go. It was to stop, and here we are.
Nope.
We can do it.
Nope, didn't work.
Yeah, all right.
This is going to turn into a whole different kind of podcast.
What's that mean?
It's going to be better, is what that means.
You think it's going to be bad?
No.
All right. Well, tell us, what's this week's theme
This week is all
Or
about,
episode?
have you ever heard of King Tut's curse?
I've not heard of King Tut. I've heard of
King Tutankhamun?
Tutankhamun.
You're a fucking asshole.
Tootin'.
Hey, what does Matt and King Tut have in common?
Anal queefs.
Tutankhamun.
Oh,
Oh.
Tutankhamun. Hannah don't. She's like, what?
They toot and come.
She's like, whoa.
All right, so if you guys can also watch along, like Hannah would try to. I think she said, I don't know, it was all kind of blurred there, but we're on YouTube. You can actually watch us in studio. We're still working that out, so we're dealing with some cameras and all that kind of good stuff. So we're trying to fine tune some things. We're going to work on some more things here in the next couple episodes, but you can go on to YouTube and watch us in the man cave doing some studio-esque stuff.
I don't know if I'd call it a man cave.
Well, it's definitely not a fucking she said.
Not what I
mean, what in here does not constitute man?
when I'm in here. It's not a man cave. It's when we're in here.
Is that
You
the name
are-
for your vagina, the man cave?
Oh,
No, it's Nessie.
Back out. Nessie.
Nessie.
Nessie is offended.
She's a good girl.
Nessie sleeps in the man cave.
Nessie's a good girl.
You're only allowed to be in the man cave if you're escorted.
Accompanied by
Yes.
a male. Yes.
Yes, you must be
Well, thanks for
escorted,
that privilege.
and you cannot stay that long now.
Mm-hmm.
Once you hit about 57 minutes. It's almost that
Right.
time. We gotta.
You have to change your gender identification or leave.
Or
Oh no.
if you
know better.
if you walk out to go get a round of beers, then that can
Yeah.
buy you bonus time.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do some sort of form
Mhm.
of service.
Whoa.
Ashlee is so biting her face right now. She's just so pissed off. She's just about to
Right.
let me have it.
Her inner Elizabeth Warren is like turning over in her grave.
Yeah. She's like, I am 82 years old, and this is not tolerated in my generation. Actually, it was.
I was
wasn't
gonna say, I feel like
it so was. I mean,
her
like, don't you have
generation.
some dishes to be doing right now or something?
You'd think for being an 80-year-old woman, she would adhere to more of those
Yeah.
classic values like cleaning the house, doing the dishes,
Yeah. Food, cooking.
putting out, things like
Oh,
that.
putting out. Yeah. When they're told. It's like,
Right, when they're told. Now she has all these notions of grandeur
Well,
and equality and all
It's
that.
gonna be a year before you get any now.
Yep.
like Tim's like, that's not fucking new. I mean, a year? Come on. I got more than that. That's easy. A year.
I was born into this.
Yeah. A year is child's
Shaped
play.
by it.
Child's play. A year without sex. Come on, Ashlee. Tim's the fastest draw in the room. He's already done it 3 or 4 times just sitting here while we've been talking since the intro.
Right.
He knows how to handle
Brought
business.
my tweezers and everything.
You don't have to. You don't have to wait for nothing. She don't get that one. Oh, it's already starting off. Since Hannah's high and Ashlee's 82 years old. She looks good for 82 years old though.
She does.
Mhm.
She really does.
At least that's. I don't know.
I
I don't
use-
know from the neck
I
down
use a
what
good
goes
wrinkle
on, but-
cream. Really good one.
And she's
Anal glide.
Astroglide.
Mhm.
Oh, astroglide. My bad.
That's right. So we got the terse. Jesus. See, I think your highness is rolling off on me now. We got the Curse of King Tutankhamun.
Common.
Common.
Yeah.
Tutankhamun.
If you have a very strong English accent, yes.
Or just King Tut.
Yes.
Mhm.
Let's go with that.
It's also known as the Mummy's Curse
Hmm.
or the Curse of the Pharaohs.
That's right.
Jesus. I hope you guys are
Next
watching.
thing you know,
That's
she's going to
kind of
open up a
stuff.
bag of sour cream and onion chips and start snacking.
If only I had some.
Well, when you're high, you get the munchies, I guess. You got a little. We get some French toast around here somewhere.
That's mine for later.
That's-
And a sausage
But-
biscuit.
That's mine. I got that later. It's cool. I'll eat it after the recording.
That's what she said.
Oh.
That
Shoot.
soundboard
Yes.
is broken.
We have a technical difficulty. Let me,
Womp womp.
I'll try to turn it off, turn it back on. Anyhow,
That is the IT way.
And there it is.
and we're back. We had a little technical difficulties there.
Testicle.
It's all testicle difficulties. It's Hannah's fault. So we were just getting into some factoids, little facts about.
You want to know some history?
Yes.
So, King Tut was the 12th pharaoh of the 18th Egyptian dynasty. He was in power from approximately 1332 to 1323 BCE. He pretty much accomplished very little. Any credibility, I think, was from like
Wait. He accomplished little.
He accomplished very little while he was
Hannah, you
reigning.
can be queen.
Hey, there's a.
See?
Never mind. I don't want to alienate listeners.
Okay, that's
Oh.
probably a good idea.
Yeah,
You're really bad about
probably.
That was
Yep.
that was Tim's self censorship there
Mhm.
going on. All right, go ahead.
Pretty much his advisors are the only people who had any impact during his time reigning. When they restored the traditional Egyptian religion.
That sounds exactly like the Trump administration. Very little relevance. His peons do all the hard work. Anyway. So.
Okay, so he died at the age of 19. Do you know how he died, Matt?
I do.
Yeah?
Syphilis.
Tell me. Always
He had a
syphilis.
he had a girlfriend that had a vajayjay named Nessie, and it consumed his manhood, and he bled to death.
Yeah, scarab crawled out of it and burrowed in his brain.
Sounds about right.
Do you actually want me to tell you how he
Yeah.
passed away?
Tell us.
There was a little bit of controversy at first. Controversy.
He cannot
Hershey bar.
speak.
I know it. It's weird. Controversy.
You chose the wrong line of work.
All right. So there was a little bit of controversy. She hit her head on the mic again. Gosh. But
I'm not even saying anything.
he actually died when his leg was broke,
Mm-hmm.
and that turned gangrenous, little
Yes.
gangrene. It's kind of
Mhm.
smelled like burnt almonds,
Okay.
And then I'm sure there was something else that happened there, a little blood poisoning with all the gangrene.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was bad.
Mhm.
But they
That's
kind of
correct.
thought they might have been something to do with his head, because
His skull was cracked.
Yeah, just when they were actually mummifying him, they were just dragging him along by his heels and letting his head hit down all the steps of the
Hey.
pyramids and stuff, and
Mhm.
Difficult terrain.
he was 19. But yeah, broken leg,
Mhm.
little gangrene. That's how he died. Go ahead. At a young age, they weren't expecting.
Yeah,
it.
he was 19. And
I
it
wonder how he
was-
broke his leg.
So I guess he had some kind of I don't even know, degenerative disease of some kind, and they suspect that he had like poor balance, and that led to his fall.
Are you
And then he broke
related to
his
him?
leg. Probably.
You do walk into a lot of walls that have poor
I'm
balance,
so-
and you hit your
I'm
head
so
on the
clumsy.
microphone.
I
and-
know. I'm
and
never
you're
not
often
awkward.
disoriented and confused. And you've accomplished very little in your life.
Just the other day, we were all talking, and then she's like, you hear this. Oh, that wasn't even as loud as it was. And she's like, "God damn, this ran into the wall." I'm like, did it move? I mean, where are you at? At home, walking to the kitchen. I mean, did you just recently put a new wall up, or? I mean, how does that happen? Were you looking where you were going?
I
or
was cut the corner short.
you
I
cut
don't
it
know.
short.
Yeah, I went to.
And she still has a driver's license.
Do you curb the wheels every time you turn around the corner and scuff up
I
the
think
rims and
after a
stuff?
certain age, they should take away your license.
She did,
You are-
she did rear end somebody
Yeah,
on
she is.
Thanksgiving.
I thought it was 83.
You rear
right?
ended somebody? Not, I think, in a sexual sense. I'm talking about in the vehicle sense.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah.
She
It was
did.
not bad. It was
Were you texting?
no. I didn't have my phone. My phone was in the other seat playing music.
Well, what happened?
People slammed on brakes. It was up
And
by
you
the
didn't?
mall. Well, yeah, but
Oh, you were at the mall Thanksgiving.
no,
crazy
I
Black
wasn't.
Friday
I was
shopping.
passing the shopping center.
You obviously, and everybody else was stopping, and you said, "Fuck it, just keep on going. We got to get to Thanksgiving."
I'm
Well,
gonna kill Tim.
Did you get hurt?
No, it wasn't bad. Like there was not even a scratch.
You
Yeah.
just-
Nobody was cited.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, it was just a bump.
I mean, did the police come out?
Mm-hmm.
They did, yeah.
Now you know.
Somebody probably got killed, and that cop would have prevented that death if they hadn't
Been dicking with
dealing with your
Ashlee's
fender bender.
fender bender out in front of Black Friday
Mhm.
Thanksgiving shit was. She's mad. She's
10 people got shanked inside Walmart.
yeah. The mall was just riots and looting and.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now she's
Sorry.
pissed. Now you did it, Tim.
I did it.
You did it. Now the rest of the episode, she's just gonna have death eyes for you.
Ashlee, let's see your death eyes. There it is.
Ooh. Feels like every day.
He's like, I'm
I just saw that an hour ago.
used to that.
Oh god.
So there were some curses, though. First off, do you believe that there's a curse? What's your personal opinion?
Personally, no. I think it was created as a scare tactic to prevent thieves
What do you
grave
think, Hannah?
robbing.
I don't know. I believe in curses, so I think that
You put curses on people. So
Exactly.
that's
She's
I'm
why-
like, I
witch.
just did one last night. I've got one coming up.
got one coming here soon.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I believe in curses.
Yeah,
I think
no.
it's real.
You curses?
Mhm.
Tim, where's that on your skeptic?
I don't know.
Specifically, how about
It's
this one?
unlikely. I think it's circumstantial at best. If anything, it's self-fulfilling prophecy.
But curses are one of those things to where, do you really want to even fuck with it?
That's
Is it
what
better
I say.
just to like err on the side of caution and
Mhm.
not mess with it just in case there is?
I think enough people entertain unprotected sex to the populace at large is not really that worried about possible ramifications.
That could be. I mean, but I mean,
Good point.
some of the curse things, I think, have to do with more people falling ill,
Mm-hmm.
succumbing to some sort of illnesses and stuff like that, and I just wonder if sometimes, I mean, who knows what's been trapped in these
Right.
tombs?
Some ancient miasma,
Mhm.
Yeah,
enclosed space.
Mhm.
bird flu from 1300s
Mhm.
and something.
Generations.
That's part
of
of the
inbred
discussion we
rats.
have for later.
Oh, we're getting right into that.
Oh.
Well, let's not
Later.
get into that then.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, who found the curse? Or I'm sorry, who found the tomb?
So the expedition, whatever you want to call it, was led by the archaeologist. What's his first name? Howard Carter. I know his last name. And then it was funded by George Herbert, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon.
The 5th Earl.
Say that 5 times fast.
The 5th Earl of Carnarvon. And that's all you're getting. The 5th Earl.
Yes.
So that was the financial backer.
That was the financial backer of the project. But he also attended the excavation and everything. So he was present. But
And it says here that poor old George, the 5th Earl of Carnarvon,
mhm.
he was the man that financed the excavation of the King Tut's tomb. That's kind of a tricky one.
Yeah.
Say that, Hannah.
King Tut's tomb.
Hmm.
Did I do it right? Yeah, I did.
High and all. you still
She's
did
like,
it.
I don't even know.
Yeah. She goes, where am I?
Where am I?
Basically, they say that he was the first one to succumb to the supposed curse. Succumb
Succumb.
to supposed curse.
All right.
He accidentally tore open a mosquito bite while shaving and ended up dying from blood poisoning shortly thereafter.
What?
Yep.
He had a mosquito bite,
Uh-huh.
tore it open,
Uh-huh.
shaving.
Uh-huh.
So
and
it's
died.
clearly some
Died.
kind of paranormal.
All right. I changed my mind. I believe in curses.
So
Yeah.
he was the first one that could possibly be tied to the curse.
Shaving, mosquito bite. Now, how do we know it wasn't something from the mosquito? Like
well, exactly.
What if there's... Never mind. I'll save it for discussion later.
discussion time.
Discussion
All
time.
right. So that was the first one.
So yeah, did we talk about the year?
Mm-mm.
1922.
So they found it in 1922. Yeah, I don't think we mentioned it. I just wanted to clarify how long ago.
Well,
this was.
basically, they found it in 1922 because there was no records. I
Right.
mean, there was no history of him that we knew of
right.
until 1922.
They found him kind of unexpectedly in another tomb that was for somebody else originally.
we think,
We
or they
think.
think,
They
because since the theory of it is because the tomb was not a grand tomb as
Correct.
you would expect
Correct.
a pharaoh.
Is that because he was a shitty pharaoh?
Probably.
Possibly.
What if it's his spirit and he's trying to gain relevance after life by fucking people up who walk into his grave? He's like, yeah, I was pretty worthless as a human, but man, I'm going to jack you up as a spirit.
And we talk a lot about paranormal stuff. How do we know that that's not some
Exactly.
sort of a paranormal where
Yeah.
he's he
Sounds
is pissed
plausible
off.
to me.
He's 19 years old. He's 19 years old. He's walking around with a gimp because he's got gangrenous
Right.
almond leg. Smells like burnt almonds. Have you ever smelt gangrene?
No.
No.
Why?
All
When
right.
did you smell that?
Right.
In the war.
Yeah. Trench foot and all that kind of stuff. Just.
He's like, I remember it from my past life.
But so since he died at a young age, that they weren't prepared, they didn't spend 20, 30 years to build, have that time to build some grand
I
place.
looked up at the light
Yeah,
and looked
so-
away.
And I was like, pretty colors. I go, wow, look at the stars.
Light bulbs.
If you guys are
how,
looking
how
on
do they work?
YouTube, you can see Hannah just being amazed at the pretty colors. She's like,
Oh man.
colors. Anyhow, so
I'm
because
so glad all of Matt's shit is getting caught on camera.
I
Like-
know.
what?
You do the funniest shit.
That's
She meant shit in a positive way this time.
right.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Speaking of that,
What?
we've not talked about poo lately. I got to tell on somebody. Ashlee.
What?
I got to tell on somebody.
Okay.
We were in a group chat,
Okay.
right? Recall this group chat that we were in?
No.
Okay. This is this.
I looked at Hannah for like, what's going on? And then I realized I cannot count on her for that right now. So
This is some of the stuff we have to put up with, all right? We were in a group chat. Somebody in this room on camera, as we speak, took a giant shit.
I do remember this.
Knew that was coming.
Took a giant shit. We didn't know that they were doing it at the time. Was so impressed with it that this person, female, decided that it was worthwhile
Gee, could that be Ashlee or Hannah?
to take a picture of it and send it to us.
Which was me. And if you're my Snapchat friend, you get pictures of my poop all the time. So
And Hannah no longer has Snapchat friends. They're gone.
no, all the ones that I've sent it to are still friends with me on Snapchat.
So you just randomly like send people pictures of your turds.
Yeah, not like every day, but I've done it a few times, yeah.
I mean, I must say, I briefly glanced at this photo when it came up because I didn't know. I didn't know it was coming, right? So you're scrolling through the chat and all of a sudden you get this picture. It looked like a baby's arm. And then it was laying sideways across the toilet, like up out of the water, like it was a bridge.
It's like a beached whale.
Yeah, she literally had to take like the toilet brush and like break it up.
It was like Free Willy. It was trying to jump out.
There was no way that this went down. I mean, she had to try to break it up in little pieces so it would go down. I don't even know.
It went down.
And it had to be 3 or 4 flushes.
No, one.
Then she, yeah.
We
The
have
water
a really
pressure in
good toilet.
Fairfield must be amazing.
It is.
I mean, she has talked about some anal sex, and it did show that something filled that toilet up. It was, I don't even know if I can say impressive. It was scary, is what it was.
You should have called the folks at Ripley's.
Probably should have.
They would have came out. They would have came out and picked that
Right.
up.
They would have had 2 guys like independently verify it. They would have brought out measuring devices.
They would have put it in a glass
Tongs.
case.
Tongs.
I would be
They
so
should have
proud of
just
that.
shellacked it. You should have just pulled it out and covered it in like acrylic and put it on your mantelpiece to remember it by.
I
I just want to know why do you eat so much corn?
I love corn.
Ah.
Chipotle actually is where that comes from.
Chipotle corn?
So,
Oh, you ate Chipotle.
so
That
not
explains
only
it.
did we get the picture, we have the reason why
The
it
before
happened.
and after.
Now you know.
We have the whole story.
Yep, it was Chipotle's fault.
Yeah.
It was
The movie
never.
and the
That's where the
prequel.
corn-
I'm telling you right now,
That's
people.
where the corn came from.
Thanks, Hannah.
If eating
Just
Chipotle makes you do that, every Chipotle needs to be closed immediately. Just shut them down.
Yep.
That was-
like forget about salmonella.
That was
and
a fantastic
stuff like
shit.
that.
I like shitting like that. It's amazing. You feel so much better afterwards.
You had to have. I mean, literally, it was a baby's arm
It
that
says,
came out.
that says 50 minutes on it. You're gonna want that for the roll-in package.
All right. So that's the stuff I have to put up with. Let's talk about. Let's get back to Let's get back to King Tut. So Howard Carter.
Yes, the actual archaeologist for the excavation.
Okay. What happened with
He lived a nice long life.
what?
Yeah.
You mean the guy that actually did all the digging?
Well, I guess he died at 64. It's not super long, but he didn't die
He died of lymphoma.
until 64 because
Well,
of
gave him
lymphoma.
cancer.
See, we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk.
Yeah, you wanna talk
Everything's
about
gonna be talked about later.
now? Let's talk about it now.
Hannah's turd for a little bit more, and then we'll talk about all the other good topics later.
What
No.
if King Tut gave Hannah her huge duke?
It could be.
It
the
wasn't
curse.
Chipotle. It was King Tut's curse.
Maybe.
So basically, then Howard has never been seem to be affected. Per
Some
se,
people say yes because
of the cancer.
of the cancer. One of the theories behind the curse is that a lot of the people who were present inhaled some kind of toxic chemical, some God only knows what. I mean,
Bacteria.
they use so many crazy things for the mummification process.
Well, it's not like they went down to the. I mean, it was probably like all natural stuff, though. I mean, it's not like.
Well, I mean, yeah, they only used natural.
I mean, it
I'm
didn't have,
sure our vaccines weren't built for. I mean, first off, never mind.
We are not.
We're not going to go down
start
the
that.
vaccine.
Oh my
That's a
god!
dark path. We're not
But
going
it's not like
down.
we're vaccinated
more
against
mercury.
ancient Egyptian diseases. Like
Right.
if something,
Right.
you know,
I can see
20 generations of inbred rats, you know,
So
carrying
yes.
disease.
One of the theories is that's what happened, which also explains why a couple of them were like, cancer. What?
nothing. No, I agree. I 100%.
I think that makes the most sense.
there could be. I mean, you open up all that stale air. Stale
Like
air that's up in there.
What if it was
Style.
intentional? Like it was a disease trap.
Right. They had some guy that they fed the
Like botulism
Egyptian,
too.
the Egyptian's version of Chipotle, and then just had him. They just had that one guy fart inside the tombs and then close it up.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. All right, close it up. Seal it up, boys. That'll take care of anybody who goes in there. Hannah's like, can I apply for that job?
The world's oldest hot box.
Right. And it's just still in there. Ashley's not liking this one. She's not into the fart hot box. She's like, give him some respect.
When you did your King Tut paper in college, you should have included the fart hot box theory.
Yeah, I probably would have gotten B instead of an A.
B is better.
Hannah's like, what's a B? I thought C was the highest you could go.
She strives for 72%. That's where Hannah wants to strive, 72%.
Living life dangerously.
But I mean, I do think, even germs. Maybe there could have been
Yeah.
a germ that was back then that went extinct or died out when everybody else died out and whatever happened back then. I don't know. It's interesting, though.
What if it's part of the plague that Jesus brought down on the Egyptians and they found a way to contain it
Within the tombs.
within the tombs?
I don't know, because the pyramids, though, harness energy.
Mm.
That was what episode was that, Ashley?
There was a news article.
Oh, that
on what
was
they
a
were
news
doing.
article. Sorry.
You're a fucking asshole.
What?
Do they harness energy?
That was the news article.
We were.
That some cat did a study.
He doesn't even know the full story.
Yes, I do.
'Cause you
ca-
didn't
listen.
read it.
Some cat did a study of a model of the pyramids, and the model might contain energy.
Mm.
Boom.
I like to subscribe to this Stargate theory to
I'm
where
sure-
the pyramids are landing pads for ancient spacecraft.
We're
I
gonna
thought
have an
the
episode about
aliens
that.
Built, or there's a theory that aliens built the.
That's what you
Thingies.
subscribe to, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, see?
I forgot what they're called. Pyramids.
Stay
Oh
tuned
my
for the
God.
pyramid episode coming up.
Those triangle pointy things?
What
I'd
the
like had
hell
a brain
are they
fart. I
called?
wonder why.
No, that ain't brain fart. That's
Okay.
that's herbal essence.
Not the shampoo.
Mhm.
Mm. Herbal essence confusion is what that is.
Whatever.
So what are some of the let's see. Howard Carter gave this guy Sir Bruce Ingram, and the archaeologist that discovered the tomb, gave a paperweight to his friend Bruce. The paperweight, appropriately and perhaps quite inappropriately, consisted of a mummified hand wearing a bracelet, and that was supposedly inscribed with the phrase, "Cursed be he who moves my body." After that, Ingram's house was burnt to the ground after he rebuilt it. Then it was hit with a flood. So now,
That's
whose hand they cut
unfortunate.
off? First off, whose hand was it?
I have no idea.
Is it King Tut's hand?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so either. It's just some other cat's
don't know.
hand.
Was this like the kind of Egyptian where they bury people with you so you're not lonely in the afterlife? Or
They make sacrifices. But
I
know
don't think they
that.
did
Like,
with pharaohs.
I knew they did with animals.
yeah,
Didn't they put a lot of animals
Yeah.
and stuff in
cats
there?
and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It's just a nasty ass cat with a
Tried up cat's ass.
bad disease.
the tail all kind of.
Yeah. What if King Tut was a lesbian? That's why he had so many cats.
Hannah's like, is that possible?
Yeah, she's really confused right now. We had some more people that fell sick. George J. Gould fell sick almost immediately afterwards, and he recovered. Then he recovered from falling sick, but then died of pneumonia a few months later. That was in 1923. What about Aubrey there, Ashlee?
Well, so she was born with a degenerative. I need to get closer to my mic.
Yes.
You ask me questions, and then I get shy.
Why?
I'm just not made for this.
What?
I'm 82.
She is.
She was born with a degenerative eye condition and became totally blind. A doctor suggested. Oh, this isn't a girl.
I know.
You said she.
I didn't say she, did I? I said Aubrey. No, I said Aubrey. Check that back.
I did it.
You
I
just
did
assumed.
it. I guess I
gender.
did.
Anyhow,
I guess I
the
did.
doctor suggested that his rotten ass teeth.
So he suggested that his teeth were the
rotten
cause.
Ass teeth.
Rotten ass teeth.
Yes, rotten ass teeth.
Were the cause of his vision loss. And so they pulled every tooth, and
Tried
he
to
did
get him
not.
to see.
Right, and he did not regain his eyesight.
How bad
And
does
then-
your teeth have to be for a doctor to medically say, "Look, I think
Bad.
your
Mhm.
teeth are fucking up your eyesight."
You breathed on me, and I'm going
Yeah.
blind. So
I mean, that's some King Tut shit right there.
I've encountered a couple people like that.
I have
so
two.
how-
Oh,
It burns when they talk almost.
So how does King
Smokers,
Tut
a
go
lot
into
of
this?
time.
Like you said that she was born with a degenerative disease. What did?
he
Yeah, he.
was
He.
born.
So
Why do you keep
but
thinking
how
she?
does King
she.
Tut?
Because I have a relative that says she Aubrey, so it's
Gotcha.
weird.
But
Okay.
did King Tut go and infect his dad's balls before he was born, or what? Like, if he was born with it, what does it have to do with King Tut?
Well, exactly.
Okay, I just
But
want to
it's
make sure. we're on the
still
same page.
one kind of odd death that happened
Mm.
after.
One of the people, Hugh, Evelyn White. Oh, you're getting those looks again there, Tim. Hugh, after seeing 2 dozen or so of his fellow excavators die, death just sweep over about 2 dozen people in 1924, he said, "I ain't waiting for it to come kill me. I'm just going to hang myself.
Yep.
Let's not wait for the curse." So he was obviously scared enough for the curse that he thought it was coming and didn't want to wait.
Yep.
So obviously, we have a couple of people here about this curse, and they say again 2 dozen. So there must have been a lot going on.
Yeah, they say that, but then the only names I can find, there's 11 or 12, if you can include Carter's pet bird that died.
That's
Wow.
important.
He didn't die, right? He lived, but his bird died right after he got home.
So Aaron was a friend of many of the people. Named Aaron Ember was a friend of many of the people that were present when the tomb was opened. And Ember died in 1926 when his house in Baltimore burned down in less than an hour after he and his wife hosted a dinner party.
That party was
That's
lit.
just witchcraft.
So
Or
he
was
was
this just
just-
people just explaining away their bad luck?
Yeah, he was
Right.
just friends of people that were there.
Yes.
And his house burnt down.
Apparently, it can happen just by relation to somebody that was there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like to recreate the circumstances of this curse. In 2018, when we have vaccines in a fire department.
I just,
Because did they just eat bad Egyptian food while they were over there and get food poisoning, or
that's Mexico.
love someone who wasn't pure while they were over there? And
Don't drink the water. You'll get,
Probably each other.
what?
I said probably each other.
Mm-hmm.
oh, what's the guy's name? Revenge when you drink the water. Montezuma's Revenge when you drink the water. Don't you? Ashley, do you know about Montezuma's Revenge?
Mm-mm.
You have to look into that one. Hannah,
I've never heard of it.
let's go to Mexico. I'll show you all about it.
Hannah's like,
No,
hell
thank you.
yeah.
You don't want to go to Mexico?
I'm not going
No.
to drink the water when I go there.
Well, why not? You got to. Oh, you just drink tequila.
Actually, no,
Tequila.
I hate tequila.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
It's disgusting.
I don't know. I don't. When it comes down to the curse, I don't believe in it.
I don't either. There is supposedly something inside the tomb was a warning, like he who disturbs the tomb. I'm about as wonderful as you are right now. Disturbs the tomb shall be cursed or something like that, which they think they place those on the tombs to prevent grave robbers and people coming, especially if it's the pharaoh. They know that's going to be jewels and everything in there.
Right.
So there's that. And then once people started dying, reporters found an opportunity to make it big
Fake news.
by kind of upping the hysteria about it, even
Fox News. There you go.
No one ever
though
sold
it's not-
newspapers by saying, "Hey, this person died of cancer."
Right. The curse of King Tut lives on.
Right.
Get your paper here.
This cat's house burnt down after a dinner party when
The
Susie had a cigarette and she dropped it on the rug and it burnt the house down.
Right.
The
It was a
curse of
curse,
King
She
Tut
had a couple
strikes
too many
again.
glasses of Chardonnay and
Yep.
got a little drowsy.
Mm-hmm.
Fell asleep on the couch with a cigarette.
That's Hannah.
She was putting back some natty light.
Mhm.
You know I love you.
I love you too.
But stop smoking.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Wait a minute. I thought you smoking again? I thought you were vaping.
No.
You weren't?
I have a vape pen for weed. I did buy a pen for nicotine, but it won't. I don't know, the little cartridge that it comes in, it's not working right. So
It's
I
probably
have to
because you
get
were
a new
high
one.
when you're trying to figure it out.
No, I wasn't.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
And it doesn't.
And
work
nobody
right.
else can figure
tastes
it
like
out for
shit.
you?
No. I had one other person try, but he couldn't figure it out either.
Ted probably knows.
I was going to say, give it to the wizard.
Like when I hit it, it doesn't nothing comes out.
That's what she said. Oh!
But when I put the one with my THC oil on there, it works just fine. On the battery. You know what I'm talking about.
Is it the right cartridge?
Yeah, the lady at the store told me to buy that one. So, I mean, I assume
Oh,
it's the
okay.
right one.
Here, buy this car. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, then take it
Whatever.
back and say, look, lady, this shit ain't working. Look, I put it in my little pin thing, and there's nothing coming out. Look.
You sound like you're trying to slurp a milkshake.
Mhm. He's shrimping.
No, that's where you can't get it.
I'm
It
gonna
sticks.
vomit.
You're going to vomit.
Or when you get a piece of strawberry stuck
Oh,
in your
yes.
strawberry,
So
drink a
gross.
And you're
strawberry
trying
shake,
so hard to suck it up. You're like,
Right.
veins pop out in your forehead. And you're like,
try
trying
to
to suck it.
suck a golf ball through a
Garden hose.
garden hose. Yeah.
Hannah could do that.
Probably
Mhm.
could.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I'm
You
so
what?
so ashamed to be a part of this.
Now, wait a minute. This all comes from the lady that, for New Year's resolution, wants to improve her ping pong accuracy shooting out of her hoo-ha.
Right.
That's a joke, though.
No, it's not.
Behind every lie, there's a little bit of truth.
Right. Come
Right,
on.
exactly. Come on, Ash.
This- Oh, I'm so baloney.
Miss Prude. No.
How you gonna act all goody all of a sudden?
Because it's a new episode. I guess she's changing her persona for this one.
I don't know.
Only Tim knows the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's like, yes, Matt, you're right. So, I'm sorry, where was I now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
King Tut.
King Tut. Yeah, I'm just not buying it.
I
I see more it being a bacteria issue of
Right.
people going there and get, or what was it like on?
I mean, I think it's hilarious. When they started the excavation, they set up a table inside like the entryway to the tomb and just had dinner. Like tablecloths. They made it fancy. They decided to have a nice dinner. Isn't that weird?
well, where else are they supposed to eat? I mean, I don't understand. What do you mean?
They did it as like a celebration. But I just think it's weird. I mean,
Who did?
everybody who was a part of it. Carver, Carnarvon.
They had
It's
dinner.
not like there was an Olive Garden where they could go get
Yeah.
unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks.
Okay,
to celebrate their
but-
discovery.
She's getting pissed out again. No, we're just come on. We get it.
Germs. You're eating at a place that
It's true.
Right, you're talking about people dying from just walking in and breathing the bacteria. They're sitting there eating in the area where all that shit is.
I think it's a little weird that at least a couple of the people had like lung.
Yeah. I mean, bacterias, bad smelling stuff, you know, if you guys recall back several episodes ago, we had a news article where I can't even remember his name. It was one of those weird names. But anyhow, they found a sarcophagi, right? Ashlee?
Yeah.
Sarcophagi?
Yeah, I think so.
You sure? Or sarcophagus?
I think it's
Sarcophagus.
Gus is one.
Yes, yeah.
Sarcophagi is multiple.
Anyhow, they found a sarcophagus that had some liquid in it. And this guy was doing a petition where he wanted to drink all the soupy liquid in it to have
that
the
was
power.
the news article we did, right?
Oh my god!
Oh, did you say that? I thought you were just like telling the story. I didn't catch
I
the
feel
part
like
where you
I want to hit
said we did a
myself
news article
in the head with a tack hammer.
My bad.
I just want to crack my skull open with a tack hammer.
I missed that part. I thought he was like
Over
saying
and over and over. That is the smartest shit you have said this episode. Again. You are. How do you come up with this? You amaze me.
Fuck off.
What? Wow.
Oh
If you
my
guys weren't privy to the last episode, she did the exact same thing again. I say something. 33 seconds later, she says the exact same thing and act like it was brand new. But we figured out what it was is she was too busy doing duck lip selfies during that to pay attention to actual what we were talking about.
And then this time I'm just high, so sorry. My bad.
As long as you know your faults, your bad
I'm sorry,
choices.
officer.
okay.
I was just high.
Yeah. I didn't mean to run over that school bus full of
Oh
nuns.
my god.
I had to go somewhere and I had the munchies because I was getting high on my vape pen but I understand I'm only high on my vape pen because my nicotine pen don't work. I can't get that cartridge to work, so the only thing I have is my.
You walked into it, Hannah.
Yeah.
Don't look
I
at
mean,
me.
that's- I smoke cigarettes because of my vape pen not working for the nicotine part. That has nothing to do with the weed thing.
She would do that no matter what.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the weed's just extracurricular activity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well-
She's like, that's a big word. What's that mean? She's thinking about it.
I hate you.
What? You were. You looked up. You're like,
I was rolling my eyes.
oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
King
King
Kong.
Tut came.
What if there was like
Himself.
a sect of like religious warriors who were trying to uphold the legend of King Tut, and they went through and like infected and killed people and set their houses on fire and stuff like that, just to make him seem like more of a badass after the fact?
I don't think anybody cared about him.
I mean, was there any other issues though? I mean, it's just King Tut, but what? I mean, all these pyramid. I mean, all these.
Or to prevent them from exploring other tombs. Like, oh man, you guys went into this insignificant person's tomb and got fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't go into King Abudubu's.
But that's. I mean, but if there was a curse and they knew how to do curses, like Hannah puts her curses and hexes on. If you do it for one, why wouldn't you do it for everybody and then everybody know this is the real deal? Because. But I don't know if we really have that.
You need
same,
it to be just
I think you're right.
mysterious
I
enough.
think it's
But it's garbage.
people explaining away their bad luck and their circumstances in life by not wanting to take responsibility for
But still,
their life choices.
and I agree. But I think the main thing is still, even though you know it's a crock of shit, do you want to test the
Right.
theory?
I would not.
Exactly. No, why not?
I
It's
would
all-
walk into King Tut's
So- but if-
tomb and eat a 5-course dinner right now.
and hotbox it.
Hot box it.
But Tim also wants to get on the new Titanic, so
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
first class, baby. You wouldn't do. You wouldn't
Well,
get
first
on,
off, in 2018, there's going to be a medevac copter coming out there right afterwards.
I mean, they're definitely gonna have
That's
the
true.
proper amount of lifeboats. I mean, that's not
That's
gonna
true.
happen.
I feel like I would try to keep it true to the original. I would definitely have far fewer lifeboats than necessary.
but two of you could definitely fit on that fucking door.
Right? That's Rose. Fuck Rose.
You should dress.
She didn't
when you do it,
actually love him.
you need to dress up and play the part.
Yeah.
I mean, like full tails, tuxedo,
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody should do that.
top hat.
I
Right.
agree.
If they're gonna do it, they need to do
Period
it.
garb.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
that'd be
And
fun.
when I say
I might do
period
it
garb,
then.
I don't mean tampon.
Oh, yuck.
Every time it works for Matt, though.
It does. There's just some things that's just not healthy. Something's wrong with that. God made a flaw when that
Mhm.
happened,
I don't trust anything that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die.
right? There's just some sort of a flaw with that whole process.
We're superhuman.
Super broken. If my car leaks that much oil, the engine blows up. You know, no, that's
Well, that's called PMS.
Right.
oh, PMS is when you're post motor.
Is that when the radio doesn't work because you're leaking oil the week before it starts leaking?
And the light comes on your dashboard, but you just ignore it anyhow.
Right.
Ah, fuck it.
You never listen to me anyway.
Right. Why start
Ignore.
now? Boy, we just made a right turn. How did that end up to that?
Tim's comments. That's how.
It was good.
That's my daily life.
I mean, it was good, but
What it's like to be married to Tim.
how to follow up that even? That was a good. I mean, that was a good. We're just driving down the road. All of a sudden, we're like off the ravine down into the ditch.
Finding Nessie.
Found DB Cooper's grave.
That's DB Cooper.
Yeah.
There, that's another.
We're gonna do that one.
Yeah, and I've seen. I think
Mhm.
I have some opinions there on that one. We'll save that one for.
I mean, I saw Without a Paddle. I mean, that's like a documentary about finding DB Cooper, right? Featuring Dax Shepard. And,
Without a paddle.
Yeah.
No,
You haven't
no,
seen
no.
it?
No. Without a paddle.
Yeah.
That's some sort of a sexual thing for whipping.
It's a movie.
No, with a
About-
paddle is the porn version. Of
Oh,
it.
Right.
with the paddle.
Without
Oh,
a
that's where I'm
Paddle is
confused.
The
Okay.
Paramount Pictures
Okay.
feature-length film.
Okay. That makes sense. I got confused for a minute. With the paddle. That's right. That's what I was talking about. Not without. But yeah, I mean.
3 sorority girls go on an epic journey to pledge for their sorority. But they can't find their paddle to spank each other.
To keep each
So
other
you just have to
warm.
finger bang each other. violently scissor.
Oh, scissor. It's gotten sharp in here. Get paper cuts all over the place.
Right.
What was your little spell about that again?
Don't tell her.
I
She'll
don't
use it on
remember.
you.
A magician never reveals his secrets.
That was our Halloween episode. If you want to know what it was, go back and listen to it. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. It's King Tut. We all know about it.
King Tut.
King Tut 2.
Timothy. Oh
It's-
my God.
It's
Oh.
What?
I'm going King Tut too. We get
I was stumbling over my
Oh,
words.
yeah, we can-
Oh. Dude, you're in so much trouble. Look at this look she's giving. Catch that
it's
on
not
video.
like I said King Tut's tomb gives you autism or something like that.
Listen,
Oh my God.
all right. I'm going to destroy this video of this one because this is going to be called into evidence for the homicide trial that's going to happen tonight. So, and Ashley's going to try to use this as her defense. I killed him because of this. First off, you hit your head on the microphone again. Is it you're too weak and frail to hold yourself up? Oh, you did it again. I mean, do you need some more iron in your diet? Yes? Tim, you need to supply her with some vitamin,
Some vitamin D.
Oh my God.
some iron, some calcium. Don't you have something that you can give to her that puts a little pep in her step?
Little dick
I'm
milk.
sure I do.
She's like,
What?
no, I don't need that vitamin.
She told me she's gone vegan.
You gone vegan now? You did it again. Hold your head up. We got to get her. Let's
We need a
Ted,
helmet.
Ted, you need to come out here and we need to like put some string around a rafter and then tie her ponytail to it. And that'll hold her head up. So,
It's like a weekend at Bernie's situation.
yeah.
So Ted just man behind the curtains it the whole time.
Or what's the one where the girl has narcolepsy and he ties her head up so she don't drown in her soup each time?
51st Dates.
Is that what that is?
It's not narcolepsy per se.
No, it's Deuce Bigelow.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes up with a girl with narcolepsy. She keeps falling asleep, and he ties her hair up so she don't drown in the soup. She falls asleep. That's what we need to do for you so you don't hurt yourself. You got to be concussed.
It's the headphones, not my head.
The headphones are attached to your... NFL players get concussed. They got a damn helmet on their head, and the way you're hitting the microphone.
We need to take her to the blue tent. Check
Yeah.
her out.
Yep.
I don't think she's fit to continue play.
All right. Bye.
All right, everybody, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to move on. My name's Matt, Ashlee, Ted, Tim, and of course,
Mama Sharks.
well, Queen Laquifa and Mama Sharks are always here.
Uncle Matt, I need to come up with something better than that for you.
No, Uncle Matt's fine. That works for me. All right, tune in
Sure.
again next week. We're going to do it all again and come up with something new. We're going to figure out something interesting,
Sounds good.
entertaining.
Let's do it.
I think so.
Yes.
It'd be nice to take a podcast in a new direction.
Yeah, something different. Give somebody actually something to listen to. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you next week. Talk to you later.